On the last episode of A Prepper's Life, trying to get my house renovated so I can sell it. Decided to go ahead and start a garden again this year, even though I didn't last year. But anyways, that's what we're gonna do now, so let's get to it. Primer. Somebody throw away an alarm clock? Now, on this episode. Alright, so I went to the dump, then I got gas, and then I came back home, and now it's time to start or starts. And I got a couple different seeds picked out here that we're going to get going, and I'll go walk through those, and maybe I'll even tell you why or how I'm doing it, or maybe not. Let's see. Here we go. So what I have here is a whole bunch. Let's see if that focuses. Yeah, a whole bunch of heirloom seeds, which means it's imperative to get them sprouted and grown, and then collect the seeds from those and maintain them throughout each season. Pickling cucumbers. I have some onions, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to deal with these yet. I have some arugula, and that's a fun thing to try to grow and to keep a constant harvest. I have zucchini. I have beefsteak tomatoes. I have to change the battery from this because it was going dead. Battery changed. I have Genovese basil. Now I love basil. I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it, and I just love the way it grows, so I'd like to have this in the garden. And I have ancho hot peppers. We'll see how those turn out. Well, alright, let's get to planting these and see how they turn out. This is going to be fun. Like I said, I haven't done this for a couple years, and I really missed it. And so even though I'm really busy trying to renovate this house, I'm still going to take the time to do the garden and see what I can get out of it this year. So let's get to it. Okay, to start, we're actually going to only start 3 different plants, and that's going to be the peppers, the beefsteak tomatoes, and the Genovese basil, which makes a fairly good salsa actually. But anyways, and the reason for that is because the other stuff can be directly sown right after the first frost date. So this will get me started with these. Then I'll start setting up the bed, and I'm going to do hanging buckets along the fence, and I'm going to plant as many of these as I can. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up expanding the garden beds and stuff as I need them. But that'll all come as it comes. For now, we're going to get these started. Alright, now comes the fun part, putting the dirt in the cups. Well, alright, got all the potting soil in. Now it's time to put the seeds in the potting soil. Cars going by out there. Let's get to it. Alright, first up, beefsteak tomatoes. Now basically all I'm going to do is tap in a small, that's probably too deep, about a 1/4 inch, not even a 1/4 inch, little hole in the center of each one. And then what I will do is drop 2 seeds in each hole for 2 reasons. Just in case one's bad, because I've had these seeds for a couple years now, so you never know. And also just in case one's bad. I mean, that's a possibility. So, and I don't know how many, I'm going to do a whole bunch here in this one tray. The nice thing is if like they all start growing, you can actually separate them after they've got mature enough, and you can separate them and put them in the garden. Okay, now all I'm going to do is I got some more potting soil, and I'm just going to dip my fingers in there and get some and fill the holes. Alright, so now that I've got those filled in, I've just got the tomatoes in at this point. I'm gonna water them down, and then I'll move on and do the other trays. But I'll show you the watering down of the beefsteaks, then I'll shut it off and do these other trays, and then when I come back, we'll be dealing with the trays, what I'm going to do with those next. But I'm going to use my handy dandy pump here, and it's a pretty cool little thing. I've had it for a couple seasons, and I use it for small things like this. Also when I do my compost tea, and also when I have to do some organic pest control. And we'll go through those things as the time goes on. But anyways, let me get to this, and then we'll come back and work on some more stuff. Now, I soaked those down pretty good. It looked like I was drowning them, but it wasn't, because all that soil is really dry. But you want to make sure that you don't drown your new seedlings. You want to get them moist and get them so that they can start to germinate. But you don't want to drain them out. And I'm actually probably going to put a little bit more in there, a little more water in there before the day's over, just because how dry that potting soil actually was. Alright, I'm going to move on to the other stuff now, and then I'll come back to you, and we'll see what I'm going to do with all this stuff. See you there. Alright guys, so if you've been following what's going on the channel here, I'm busy trying to get my house renovated so I can sell it and get closer, or maybe even move out to the bug out land. So there's a lot of work going on. I've decided to go ahead and start a garden again this year, even though I didn't last year, just because it's something I have to do.